Step right up, folks. Gather round, take a look inside. And remember, things aren't always as they seem. Welcome to the Phantomette Freak Show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Phantomette Freak Show. Tonight we're diving into one of Las Vegas's most haunted and tragic spots, the infamous Oasis Motel. Now, if you've ever driven past this place, you've probably thought, looks sketchy, and you're not wrong. But what if I told you this little roadside motel has a reputation for something far darker than just a seedy vibe? We're talking about a history of death, despair, and lingering spirits. Located just off the strip, the Oasis Motel isn't your typical haunted hotspot. It's not some crumbling Victorian mansion or ancient battlefield. This place is modern, gritty, and just cursed. Over the years, it's become infamous as a place where people come to take their own lives. I know, heavy stuff. But it's important to understand that this isn't just some urban legend. This motel has a real documented history of tragedy. The Oasis isn't just a motel. It's a magnet for tragedy. This place has been the final stop for more than just a few lost souls. And I mean that literally. From high-profile unalivings to unexplained deaths, there's a reason this spot keeps showing up on the lists of haunted locations in Vegas. Okay, here's the thing about places like this. Motels see a lot of energy, people coming and going, living out their highs and lows, but the Oasis, it seems to hold on to the darker moments. The question is, why? Is it just bad luck? Or is there something about the land that draws tragedy to it? I decided to take a deep dive on the Yelp reviews just to see what I'm getting myself into here. First up, we have this Reggie Spencer, and the review reads, me and my worked there a while back. We cleaned rooms and I worked office few years back. My John and Peter were cool, a lot of memories. The guy next to us put a bullet in his head, but nice location while in the 702. My favorite part of this is the response from the owner, which reads, "Hi, Reggie Spencer. Thank you for sharing your unique and memorable experience with us. We're glad to hear that John and Peter made your time enjoyable. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out to us." All right, well, moving on. Next up, we have this lovely photo of a room. It has a look. It has a look to it. It's giving death motel. It's giving haunted. I feel like I can smell the room from just looking at the picture. Next, we have, I don't know what this is getting at, but it's in the reviews and it doesn't have a description. It's just the screenshot of what looks like a criminal from iCrimeWatch.net. And what I notice on here is that it's this man, Max Joshua Milton, and his listed address is the address of the motel. So from what I understand, this is one of those motels that people stay at long term because it's very inexpensive. So I'm assuming this man lives there. So that's comforting. It's nice. Now we have the blood on the sheets review, and this is just one of many I found about there being blood within the rooms in different areas. It says, "It was awful, the room was disgusting and was not even vacuumed. There was debris all over the floor, and worst of all, there was blood on the sheet. When I removed the sheet, the blood stain could also be seen on the mattress, leading me to believe that the sheet was not even removed or washed." Well, I mean, I don't know what you expect from a 1 or 2 star motel, but I think blood on the bed is a little bit excessive. Next, we have this picture of the door where the person is saying that the deadbolt has been removed. So that's a little concerning. I mean, I don't know if the deadbolt is really going to be the make or break of your night at this place. I think that you have bigger problems to worry about. It looks like you can see right under the door and above the door. It's barely a door. Next, we have this lovely cockroach. Looks like a good guy. But that's a common thing in Vegas. That's, you can probably go to an upscale hotel and find a cockroach. And here we have a picture of, I guess, what looks like more blood on sheets. This one I found very interesting. This man said, "I went to the Oasis Motel today to take some pictures of the haunted rooms as featured on Ghost Hunters, and it turned out a murder had occurred this morning in room 1. A guy staying there who was obviously tweaked out, along with the front desk guy who is also seemed to be under the influence, told me a woman was found dead in the room with blood all over the place." Maybe that explains all the blood reviews. The tweaked out guy said that he saw the cops outside of room number 2. So he went in and hid his stash. They said this wasn't uncommon. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of deaths and murders are happening at this place. Clearly, this isn't a safe, upscale hotel. This is a place where people who are down on their luck go. Prostitutes, criminals, drug addicts. I can't even begin to imagine the type of stuff that happens in these rooms. But let's get to the stories of the high-profile deaths that occurred here. First, we have Red Fox. One of the most famous figures connected to the Oasis Motel is comedian and actor Red Fox, best known for Sanford and Son. Red was a comedy legend, but his life was plagued by financial trouble. The IRS seized most of his wealth, leaving him nearly penniless. He spent his final days in Las Vegas and reportedly visited the Oasis frequently. Although he didn't pass away directly on the property, it was close by, and his connection to the motel is strong. Fox suffered a fatal heart attack while filming a TV show in 1991, but locals claim his spirit lingers near the Oasis because of stress and sorrow he experienced during his time in the area. Guests have reported hearing laughter echoing through the walls, as if Fox's comedic essence is still tied to the place. Next up is Stu Unger, also known as the Kid. He was one of the greatest poker players in history, a 5-time World Series of Poker champion. Unger was a true prodigy in the gambling world. His photographic memory and ability to read opponents made him unbeatable at the tables. But despite his success, Unger's life was plagued by demons. He struggled with drug addiction and financial instability, often blowing through massive winnings almost as quickly as he earned them. By the late 1990s, his health had deteriorated significantly due to years of substance abuse and personal hardships. On November 22nd, 1998, Stu was found dead in room 6. He had been staying there alone for several days, reportedly in the midst of a downward spiral. Unger's cause of death was listed as a heart condition brought on by years of drug abuse. Because of the circumstances, his cause of death wasn't looked into much further. So is there a possibility there was foul play? Most people would say not likely because that cannot be confirmed. But when his body was discovered, he had just $800 left to his name. In 1999 was the death of actor David Strickland. Known for his role on the sitcom Suddenly Susan, he checked into the motel after struggling with depression and substance abuse. According to reports, he and a friend, fellow actor Andy Dick, flew to Vegas on what seemed like an impulsive trip. They spent time drinking and partying at the Hard Rock Hotel and various casinos. Strickland appeared cheerful to those around him, but he was reportedly struggling internally with personal and professional pressures. After Andy Dick left Las Vegas, Strickland stayed behind. Around 9 p.m., David was walking by the Oasis when a working girl named Jasmine caught his attention. She had asked him why he was walking around there and stated that this isn't a good area. She mentioned he looked like a movie star, in which he quickly denied. Jasmine noticed he was flipping through the pages of an escort magazine and informed him that those are a scam and that he should just pay her for a good time. According to the staff member, Jasmine, the working girl, entered the office and booked room 4 and requested that the staff calls her in about 10 minutes to make sure she's okay because she said the gentleman was acting a little strange. As requested, the staff called in 10 minutes and Jasmine said everything was okay. Then 5 minutes later, they checked out of that room. David then went to the office and requested one of the more expensive rooms. The motel staff member claimed he didn't seem to be on any drugs or alcohol, but something about him definitely seemed off. He proceeded to check into room 20. And that was the last time anyone would see him alive. Checkout was normally around 10 a.m., and when the staff noticed he never checked out, they tried to call the room, but there was no answer. They went to check the room, and that's when they found him. A chair was knocked over, and his body was hanging from a king-size bed sheet from a beam on the ceiling. There was 6 empty beer bottles on the floor. He left behind a note, though its contents were never made public. David is not the only person who passed away in room 20, but he is definitely the most well-known. There has been a ton of reported paranormal activity by guests who end up spending the night in this room. I decided to take a deep dive, so let's get into the reports that I have gathered. One of the most common claims is a noticeable drop in temperature, even when the air conditioner is off. Guests have described the room as feeling unusually cold, especially near the bed where Strickland's body was found. Many visitors have heard knocks on the door or walls, often in the middle of the night. When they check, nobody's there. Some people have reported hearing faint crying, which has been most frequently noted around 2 or 3 a.m., the witching hour. Visitors have reported vivid dreams while staying in room 20. These range from disturbing images of someone hanging to bizarre, unsettling visions that wake them up in a panic. One guest claimed to dream of a man staring at them from the corner of the room, only to wake up and feel a cold breeze pass by their face. You guys know I'm going to have to find out for myself, but I was curious as to what other paranormal explorers have captured using paranormal research equipment. Ghost hunters who have investigated Room 20 report spikes in EMF, suggesting a strong electromagnetic field. Now, this is an older building with questionable electricity, so if there is a constant spike, that can be explained away. But if it's random, then that could be something ghostly. Others claim to have captured EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena. These range from whispers to full, faint phrases such as, "help me," or "don't go." And lastly, orb sightings. Photographs taken in this room often show unexplained orbs or streaks of light. One of the eeriest patterns is the number of people who've chosen the Oasis as the place to end their lives. Some attribute this to the motel's isolation and cheap nightly rates, making it an accessible place for those in despair. But others wonder if there's something darker at play, perhaps an energy or force that draws vulnerable people to the property. Now, I would ask my usual question of, would you stay here?
No!
But I think I already know the answer to that, so to save you from mysterious bloodstains and bed bugs, I decided to spend the night there for you. And to my surprise, I did indeed capture some strange activity that aligns with the reports that I just mentioned. Stu, are you here? Whoa, what was that? I don't think that was my reflection. I don't think my camera's pointing enough that way to see, but there's a mirror right here, and it was a big ball of light that flew down. Stu, if you can hear me, can you please use this device to show me an image to confirm that I'm speaking with you? The REM pod. This is what I'm very confused about. What is this, like a bloody baby footprint? I genuinely don't understand. That looks like a footprint, but it looks like, here, to scale. What is that? Honestly, okay, this part up here, the toe part, looks like it could be makeup, but this looks like blood to me. I think I just made a connection. Yeah, wait, I think it's confirming what I'm thinking right now. So every time I walk to this spot, right, it was going off. Look what's here. Is this what you want? Because it said trouble sleeping booze, and I didn't even realize that the booze was right here. David, are you here? David, can you come say hello? So I took two. You might not be able to see it with the light glare. So I took this one and this one earlier in the same spot, but there is a big circle. It's not in any of the other pictures. It's a big white circle. And as it's developing more, that's weird. What is that? Maybe, is there an energy stuck in this spot? This is actually... My light just turned itself off. Wow. It's a picture of just a room, and there's a banister and there's a sheet hanging from it. I swear to God. Look, there's a banister and there's a sheet. Thank you so much for watching. Keep following along because next week I will be releasing the full episode of how my night went. So don't forget to make sure you're subscribed. Love you all. Until next time.